The house greets me with the kind of silence that has opinions. The grandfather clock, Sabrina's idea of vintage charm, ticks like a passive-aggressive metronome. Tick, you're late. Tick, she noticed. Tick, you're losing. Her Lexus purrs into the drive at 9:47 p.m., 3 hours after the client dinner supposedly started. She glides in smelling like money and new boundaries. The perfume is different these days, sharper, colder, business, not memory. Long night, she says, smile polished to a showroom shine. She floats upstairs, skips the shower she never skips after restaurants, and slides into bed like this is any other Tuesday. On the island, a neat stack of receipts and a face-down phone sit like stage dressing. When her screen wakes, a text flashes and fades. Tonight was perfect. My coffee tastes like battery acid. The car wash Saturday, I offer to clean her. Car. Nostalgia in a bucket. Back when we were still us, I'd detail her Civic while she told me about classes and theories and why reality TV is sociology and sequins. The Lexus is immaculate. Too immaculate. Not an accidental crumb, not a single coin. Order so complete it looks rehearsed. Under the passenger seat, my hand finds a plastic tube, not hand cream, not chapstick, not anything innocent. Half-used. Expensive. The kind sold with promises of long lasting. Next to it, a parking stub. Lantern Hotel. Thursday, 2 towns over. Romantic packages, skyline bar, dim lighting for honest mistakes. 2 hours minimum according to the fee. I photograph everything, mileage, timestamps, the lot. Not because I want to, but because some part of me needs proof that I haven't invented a nightmare. Tomas. The private investigator looks like an underpaid algebra teacher. Thinning hair, polo, a notepad that's seen wars. I slide the photos across the vinyl diner booth. He doesn't react. He catalogs. Name that comes up most? He asks. Reed Carter, I say, her project partner, the celebrity of our dinner table. Reed thinks, Reed says, Reed is brilliant. Tomas underlines twice. You want certainty or a case? Both, I say, in that order. Truth. Delivered. At 1:12 a.m., the email lands. Surveillance results, confidential. I open Pandora's zip file. Photo 1. Rooftop bar at the Lantern. Her black dress. His too expensive suit. Their bodies tip toward each other like magnets. Photo 2. His palm at her waist. Proprietary and practiced. Her hand on his chest. The smile I used to think only I could conjure. Photo 3. A kiss that would embarrass the moon. Video. The two of them crossing the lobby, his hand at the small of her back as if he's steering a car he owns. The doors close on them like a secret. Relief hits me like oxygen, not joy, not vindication, just the end of guessing. The second theft. At lunch the next day, Thomas calls from a wind tunnel. We need to talk in person, he says. It's more than the affair. Back at the diner, he lays out a different crime. Accounts shifted, signatures that look like mine but aren't, beneficiary changes, inquiries about selling my share of the bakery investment. Reed's name is everywhere, in emails, voicemails, recorded calls, teaching Sabrina how to move money without me seeing a single alert. About 60% diverted, Tomas says, neutral like a weather report. More in motion. My hands shake, then stop. The heart of it is simple. She didn't just step out, she planned an exit, and took my future with her. The petty and the loud. There's a version of this story where I rage and break things. Instead, I do 2 quiet, focused things. First, lawyers. Mira Hall, the kind whose handshake could crack walnuts, builds a legal wall in a single afternoon. Emergency injunctions to freeze assets, a separation agreement generous enough to pass a straight-face test and sharp enough to cut through excuses, and a tidy binder of photos, statements, and transcripts no one once read aloud. Second, I indulge a single, unwise impulse. Not instructions, not a blueprint, just a bad idea with a shelf life. I make one small, spiteful swap involving a private item she keeps in her car. It's the pettiest thing I've ever done, and the loudest. The night, everything screamed. At 11:52 p.m., the house erupts. Two voices: panic, pain, profanity. Lights flick on across the cul-de-sac. Neighbors slip onto porches in robes and curiosity. An ambulance arrives. EMTs shoulder past me as Sabrina and Reed shuffle to the foyer under a throw blanket, fused by their own choices and a very unfortunate chemistry. Phones appear. Gasps multiply. Someone whispers, "Isn't that her business partner? It will be a neighborhood legend by morning. St. Mary's, room 314. Hospitals smell like bleach and endings." Mira meets me with a folder thick enough to doorstop a courtroom. "Photos, transfers, transcripts," she says. "File first thing. House stays with you. Joint assets frozen. Bakery reverts. She keeps her salary and her car. It's more mercy than she offered you." A nurse with puppy scrubs tells me they're separated, treated, embarrassed, stable. "You can go in," she says, then lowers her voice. "Maybe wait a minute." I don't. Sabrina looks small in a gown that steals everyone's dignity. Her eyes are glassy. Pain, meds, or realization. I couldn't say. "This isn't what it looks like," she whispers. "It's exactly what it looks like," I say, placing the agreement on her tray. "If you sign, we end this quietly. If you don't, we do it loudly, with exhibits." "You wouldn't," she says, but her voice doesn't believe her. "Sabrina, I already did." She signs with a shaky hand. "Are you happy now?" "No," I say, "but I'm done." I leave her to her tears and the 1,000-yard stare of a person who just met consequence. Fallout. By noon, Reed is suspended pending internal review. Corporate for we're Googling how fast we can fire a scandal. Sabrina's firm releases a statement about professional standards, which means do not attach our logo to this mess. The court freezes every account they touched. Our neighbors reach new personal bests in group chat velocity. A sanitized, official explanation circulates about contaminated personal products and an unfortunate mishap. The manufacturer issues a recall. Lawyers feed. Reed's wife files for divorce 3 days later. Sabrina relocates 2 weeks after she can walk comfortably again. Phoenix, rumor says. Far enough away that no one says, "Weren't you?" I pack Sabrina's life into labeled boxes and stack them in the garage with the precision of inventory. She collects them in silence, anger a mask that fits like a glove. I don't offer conversation. We're long past words with yield. Bread and quiet. I start spending evenings at Jimmy's bakery, rolling dough until my arms ache. Bread is honest. Flour, water, yeast, do the steps and it rises, rush or fake and it doesn't. No secrets, no midnight texts, no hotel stubs. I run at dawn again. The same mail carrier tips his cap. The same dog walkers avoid eye contact while dying to ask. The sun comes up like it always has, indifferent and reliable, a comfort. The house breathes differently now. Bigger, somehow. Maybe that's what happens when you remove a person who is trying to take it. The silence is a silence, not a performance. The clock just keeps time. Under the seats of my car, I find normal things. A penny, a gas receipt, a rogue pen. Nothing that demands a PI or a lawyer. It's boring. It's bliss. Lucas, my brother, shows up with Thai food and the kind of easy presence that doesn't need permission. We eat on the steps and watch the street turn to honey. "You okay, Dad?" he asks, his old nickname for me since I started pretending to be the responsible one. I consider. "Better than okay," I say. It surprises us both. It's mine. Again. My life. What lasts? The videos and reports live in a safety deposit box now, not as weapons, but as proof I didn't imagine things. There's value in evidence when revisionists rewrite out loud. This happened. I saw it. I chose accordingly. People ask what happened. I give them the short version. It ended when I learned who my wife was, and I decided I deserved better. Sabrina. We'll tell a different story somewhere under a hotter sun. That's fine. She can keep her version. I'll keep the house. The bakery shares. The morning runs. the laugh that sneaks back when I least expect it, and the quiet certainty that respect isn't something you plead for. It's something you enforce. They thought the ground under their feet was theirs. It was always mine.